is how do you constantly create the new. And here's the catch. In a world of constant change, constant flux, learning has as much to do with creating the new as learning new. But in creating the new, much of what is created is basically passive. It has not had enough time to be crystallized out as explicit knowledge. So the role of tacit knowledge, or picking up the tacit, is becoming increasingly important. And virtually none of our theories of transfer of learning or of schooling really direct the notion of how to cope with the tacit knowledge that kind of flows hidden beneath us all the time. And so I think we're going to see, and we're going to talk a little bit more about, that the tacit is becoming increasingly important. But as Diana suggested, we are at an amazing moment. I like to think of it as a Cambrian moment. I think of it very much like, actually, you weren't yet born. Well, I first met in Xerox Park, actually, in the early 70s, mid-70s, that email from you. That basically everything was up for grabs. It was a new world. We could basically build anything we wanted, and we could find anything we wanted. Well, basically, this Cambrian moment now, in the age of the network, really, I have a feeling, again, it's kind of like that Cambrian moment. Everything is up for grabs. We are here to shape that future. I think that is our real goal. I'm really struck by a couple of quotes that have always given me. One by Tim: the world just came together so quickly in this network age. We have little understanding of its true diversity. Yet in these periods of radical change, which are always going to now be with us, understanding how to leverage diversity is going to be increasingly important. And my buddy John Rendon from Washington, the past as a solution set is simply no longer viable.
Tim E-L-H-A-D-Y.
By new tool set, he means institutions as much as the classical sense of tools. Nevertheless, we'd be foolish to say that we can't learn from the past. In fact, learning from the past, let me give you guys a quiz. Sorry, Minnie. What do these guys have in common?
Oh, no.
Besides being what you might call a bit creative
They're all dropouts.
and a bit out-of-the-box thinkers, doers.
No, they're not dropouts.
Now, probably
Berkeley.
most of these kids.
They all go to Berkeley?
Jeff Bezos, Bill Wright, what I call the Google kids down the street, Jimmy Wales. Now, the obvious answer is, they have a lot of money. Somehow I overlooked that. When I first put this collection together, there's another unifier for this entire collection of guys. Pardon me?
What did you say?
About women.
They're not women.
We might just come back to that.
Oh. They're the
But here is the answer.
Oh.
Let's step back a moment. Look at the heroes, these my heroes.
Oh yeah, Montessori, John
They
Dewey.
really drove a phenomenal movement in education. Montessori, Maria Montessori, the first woman, and John Dewey. The answer to that quiz is every one of those folks in the earlier day went to Montessori schools.
Oh.
Now, there may be a lesson there on what's of play, what's of embodied learning, and so on and so forth. There are women, but they're not quite as famous as those guys in Silicon Valley. So I put their images up so you'll get it. But nevertheless, you are our hero. My heroes are these from the past. But sadly, as Diana was suggesting outside of the way, their methods didn't scale. Perhaps they were 75 years ahead of their time. Perhaps their intuitions were right, but their tool set, going back to John Lennon, was wrong. Maybe, just maybe, they can now. And so it becomes interesting to say, how might we look at scaling? Let's look at some examples and see even how many of the Montessori ideas, for example, can be recast in the network age. that might provide us a way to create what we call an arc of life learning that scales. So let's step back a moment. Here's an example. I came across it with the father sitting in the audience here. Actually, it's the grandfather. You probably read it. But here's a 2-year-old looking over the shoulder of his 5-year-old sister, totally transfixed, looking at her surfing something on the bed, her little iPhone. I don't think of the iPhone, nor I think of the tree, as basically a communication device. I think of it as a device to amplify curiosity. It's a curiosity amplifier. And this curiosity amplifiers for a rapidly changing world turns out to be an amazingly important tool. Every one of us in this audience is so used to using the iPad or the iPhone or some equivalent device to constantly look up things. In fact, I had a hard time having a phone conversation today without having my iPad here. I was just looking up, well, what's that word mean? That's an idea I never heard of. Or what school did that person really go to? Did we really get it our story? And just kind of yes. I'm going to put up the page that he actually goes for the approaching movement of my story. But let's look at some more examples of scaling. I'm going to go through a bunch of very quick examples. I'm very fond of thinking about the Harry Potter worldwide movement in terms of the fiction networks and fanfiction.com, etc. The numbers there that a lot of people in the audience know a lot more about this than I do. But it's very interesting to see that because of the network there, now there are over 6,000 communities of interest that have been created around Harry Potter. There are thousands of discussion forums. There are, in some ways, 386,000 stories that have been written. Perhaps more surprising to me is there are equivalent to at least, I would say, 100, maybe more, equivalent of 400-page novels have been written by kids joining this Harry Potter group. Writing is back. Writing is here in a major way, and we have the tools and the social networking to then incite and to incent people to do amazing pieces of work. I keep being blown away by people telling me, oh no, today's kids don't read, they don't write. I just say, well, pardon me, let me take you to some of these fan sites and look at some of these stories, look at some of the books actually being but I think actually the most recent data is about 1,000. We might be wrong. 1,000 books are more than 400 pages per book.
Wow.
Let me go to something that I know